Hello everybody, so I'm at Haneda Airport. This is Terminal 1, the domestic terminal here in Tokyo for domestic flights inside of Japan. If you don't know what that means already, that'd be pretty specific. It's a beautiful day in here in Tokyo, but I thought I would spend a couple of minutes before my flight departs to Hokkaido to explain some of the check-in procedures and some of the things that you might need to know when you're coming to Japan and flying domestically. This is the airport just to show you. That's my flight that's leaving in about 20 minutes. As you can see, Tokyo's 2020 Olympics is ramping up right now, so it's pretty exciting around this area. Beautiful day. This is a fleet of JAL. JAL is Japan Airlines. And the flight I'm taking is heading towards Hokkaido, to the city of Abashiri, which is one of the most northern points in the country. I think it's one of the most northern airports in the country. Betsu is the name of the station of the airport I'm going to. Betsu. There's no food service on the airplane, so it's a good idea if you're going on a domestic flight to get a boxed lunch or an ekiben, or in this case a kukoben. So this is the one I got here. This is the Haneda Bento. So the Haneda Bento looks really good. It has anago, it has asari, it has umi something, and it was about 800 yen, so it's pretty cheap. And inside here, let's take a look really quickly. Let's take a look really quickly. Whoa. So this is what I'm gonna eat on the airplane. You can see there's the anago, which is eel, and you have some vegetables. That's rinkon or lotus root, and some pickles. And oh, it's got I guess this is, sorry, the gimbal's confused. This is asari. I guess this is like a shellfish. But I'm gonna save this for the airplane. We're gonna eat this up at 30,000 feet or however high we go on today's flight. Hokkaido. It's also good to grab a bottle of tea. And I got dessert. This is Bam Kuchen from a famous place here in Tokyo. Now, the interesting thing about checking in the domestic terminals in Japan is they don't really give you tickets. Everything is done by app, and it's a good idea to get the app from Japan Airlines or ANA if that's your flight. That's what my boarding pass looks like. It gives you a QR code, and basically I'm just going like this on everything to check in through security. I use the barcode to check in on the flight. I use the barcode to get onto the plane. It's pretty crazy. But they also give you at security, which would be TSA. Thank you, Silky, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. They give you this ticket which has your flight information on it. This says Tokyo to Betsu, and it gives you your seat number and all of your information. It's a piece of paper. It's not really a ticket looking thing, but everything is digital. And the hard thing, the flight's gonna be boarding in a few minutes. The hard thing for me was I put my smartphone in my jacket, because you have to put your jacket through the security x-ray, and without that you can't check into the security, so you have to leave your smartphone until the last minute. I'm gonna put the bento back in the bag. That's my lunch. Gosh, I'm really excited to go to Hokkaido. This is north of Sapporo. I got a lot of camera equipment with me to film up there. This is north of Sapporo, and Sapporo is having the snow festival right now, so it's a pretty nice time to go up to Hokkaido. But I'm skipping that. I'm going straight to the very, very north of Hokkaido, which is famous for ice. It's famous for a prison. It's famous for a lot of things. I was telling you about the bento here. Haneda Airport has really good Wi-Fi, but they also have a lot of stores. This is just one of many. And in the front here, you can check out some of the bentos that you can eat. This one is shumai. I guess, I don't know if you'd want to eat that on the airplane, but this is the shumai bento. You can see those dumplings on there are quite good. I should have gotten that. And this bento has fried rice, the chowhan bento. Hi Jim, thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna stay warm. The temperatures up there is like it's already in the minus. So tonight I think it's at -10. So it's gonna be pretty cold. I have this down jacket and I checked in a bunch of other layers. So you have to really bundle up. When I was up in Sapporo for the Sapporo Snow Festival 3 years ago, it was -5 or -6 every day. And I'm going -10 and -11 every day. So I really need to bundle up. It's gonna be interesting. If you're watching this, stay tuned because in about 2.5 hours, I'm gonna stream from the airport. I'm gonna stream at a local airport in Hokkaido, so you get an idea of what some of the regional airports look like. I think it's an interesting chance to get a look at it. I love Haneda because you can see the airport and the city in the background. It's sort of like LaGuardia in a way in New York or some of the closer airports to the city. Narita Airport, which is not inconvenient, but it's also it's outside of the city, so it's hard for you to get. It's just harder. You don't see the city, and it's a little bit longer for the transportation, but it's not any harder to get onto the train. They have super express trains that go to Narita, so both airports are pretty convenient. My flight's going to be leaving in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to take you really quickly through the shop. So these are some rice balls. So that it's wrapped in seaweed. Let's see what it looks like in there. And you get all the teas, and usually, thank you Mark's Lab. So usually there is gifts that you can buy at the airport. So I bought one gift to give to the officials in Abashiri, just as a thank you. There's lots of sweet stuff. You can also grab a newspaper, although you probably won't understand much of it. They do have manga and anime, or manga available at the rack, as well as assorted magazines. I'm looking at 2 in particular there. But I have my bento, so I'm all sorted. This is the first time I've been to this area of Hokkaido. I've been to Wakanai, I've been to the very north of Hokkaido, I've been to Sapporo, but I haven't been to the east side of Hokkaido. This is the northeast side, so I'm really looking forward to this. I have a hotel. This trip I'm doing, I have a hotel that's really nice. It's not super expensive, but it's not the cheapest one. And this entire trip is funded from Patreon. So if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a site where viewers can support creators. And that site, because there's about 250 supporters that are really, really generous, and they funded me for the last year. And from that, I'm able to take a trip like this, which would take me really off the grid. And I'm looking forward to it. This flight's gonna be boarding in about 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming to Patreoners as well as a thank you to give. I do question and answers on Patreon about twice a month, and I have a Skype call-in where people can try to Skype me. It usually goes pretty good. Very few technical difficulties, but in general, yeah, the Patreon has helped me get through the demonetization and the super chats. Thank you, Robert Shigoto. I appreciate it. Patreon has helped me get through the demonetization of the YouTube videos, which has been hitting lately. All right, let's see if I can get you onto the plane, okay? All right, you guys gonna stay with me for a second? All right, stay with me. Thank you, Ram Salient. The cold batteries, yes. I have heaters for the batteries, so just stay tuned. I'm gonna see if I can get you on the airplane. We're going in. Here we go to the airplane. Ah, こっち? はい、ありがとうございます。Wow, cool. J-Class. Good afternoon, ma'am. Wow, domestic flight. Oh, 失礼します. I'm all the way in the back because I wanted a window seat. This is my row, 62A. A. Very nice. Video camera. Is that a coin? Whoa, 500 yen. So I'm in the seat. It's a little more compact than I thought. It's a pretty cool view. That's a pretty cool looking tower. Very cool. So, I just checked in like 30 minutes before I got to the airport, and there's nobody sitting next to me. But that doesn't mean that somebody might, and I'm kind of happy if somebody does, because if they're local, then I can get information that helps me understand the area right away before I hit the ground running. I like JAL because even on the domestic flights, they have a video input. This is crazy, right? And they have a USB port, and of course they have touch screens. Thank you, Chicken on Biscuits. So once again, I'm going to the city of Abashiri. Meimambetsu is the name of the airport. It's the very north. I'll put a link in the description. I don't know if I can do it before I take off, but I'll put a link in the description so you know where I'm going. But catch this, okay? I'm gonna be live streaming from the airport when I arrive in Meimambetsu, because I don't think they've ever had a YouTuber go to this airport and stream or show what it's like there, and I think this is a great opportunity to do that. So probably in about 2.5 hours after I take off from here, I'm gonna get a chance to stream in this regional airport in the north of Hokkaido. I wonder how big it is. I wonder if they have like gift shops and restaurants. You got a kind of an idea of what Haneda Airport looks like, and I did a live stream in Haneda Airport about 6 months ago when I was going to Aomori. It's gonna be pretty interesting to compare Tokyo's domestic airport to like an outpost in Hokkaido, like a really small city. So yeah, I'm kind of stoked about this, despite the fact that it's about -10 degrees up there, Celsius. So I think it's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, thank you, Brett Bozeman. I appreciate it. This is a pretty big airplane going to a small city like this. Almost all of the tourists are going to Sapporo for the snow festival, which started yesterday, I believe. And it officially starts this weekend. I mean, it officially starts this week, but this weekend's going to be very, very busy up in Sapporo. I'm going to be leaving Abashiri on Friday evening, and I'm staying there one extra day because the city hosts a night market. Just me, thank you for the super chat. It hosts a night market, and the night market is going to be like -10, -15 degrees. Like, why do they have a night market when it's this cold in the ice? So, gonna get a chance to take a look at a really unique regional festival. Abashiri is famous for having a prison that's like the real Alcatraz of Japan, because it's up in the middle of nowhere. It has a lake with amazing lake fishing, ice fishing. It has barges that break through the ice. It's kind of it's an experience I've never had here in Japan, and I've been living here for 20 years. Christiana, thank you so much for the super chats. This is like funding my dinner tonight. This is gonna be awesome. So I might stream the dinner, give you an idea of what things are like away from Tokyo. Now, one of the reasons why you might want to why this video might be useful is because everyone gets a JR Rail Pass when they come to Japan. Well, a lot of people do. You don't need to do that, especially if it's your second time in Japan. You can come to Haneda and get a cheap flight and get to a second destination, and then just go around a regional area, which is something that I want to promote more, because I have to be careful. Gotta buckle my seatbelt. It's tight in here. We're good. Flight attendants are looking at me kind of suspiciously, like I should probably get ready for this flight. So, let's get the gimbal going. There we go. So, I'm really happy to have been able to bring you all the way on the airplane. I'm going to eat my bento after takeoff, so I can't stream you eating my bento. But if you want to take a look at what you've seen Ekiben, but this is an airplane bento. It's kind of different. So I'll take a picture of it to put on Instagram later on. Only in Japan TV, Instagram.com, Only in Japan TV. I'll put it in so you could get a look at it at a kuko bento. I guess if it's an eki bento, eki meaning station, a kuko means airport. So it'd be like an airport bento. So this is what we can eat because they don't have food services on domestic flights in Japan, which makes sense. They're usually pretty short, and why inflate the ticket prices anymore with a meal on a domestic flight? Once again, the flight's going to be about 2 hours, and I'm going to the very north. Thank you, Chicken on Biscuits. In-flight cocktail. Awesome. I'm going to ask if they have that. Oh, I'll say this guy. Hi. Okay. I got to go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.